Coming up on OC News, Hollywood's biggest night rocked. We'll have a look at Queen's performance, the glamour of the red carpet, and why very few CSUF students watched. Another woman accuses President Trump of inappropriately grabbing her, and the perfect place for a wedding. It's probably not what you thought. All this and more, OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Kayla Stewart.
And I'm Marcos Mora. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. Campaign is still being popped from the 91st Oscars award show that was held last night, where for the first time in nearly 30 years, the show went without a host. Regardless, viewers were still trying to enjoy themselves just the same. Green Book took home for the honors of Best Picture. The Best Leading Actor was taken by Bohemian Rhapsody's Rami Malek, and Olivia Colman won Best Leading Actress for her role in The Favorite. The Oscars had a variety of movies win different awards, where it seemed like everybody was a winner. Every year, the Oscars are one of the most talked about subjects. For more on this story, we sent Alex Esparza out onto campus to get people's reactions from last night's results. Alex?
Yeah, that's right, Marcos. I'm here at Titan Walk, and initially we wanted to get people's thoughts and opinions on the Oscars. However, the first 9 people we interviewed said they didn't watch the Oscars. That caused us to change our story and find out why people weren't watching them. Here's what they had to say.
I was actually busy running around. Well, I went to the gym. That's actually why I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't.
And why didn't you watch it?
Because I was procrastinating and doing my homework last minute, so I had to hurry up.
Specifically not interested, and also I don't have cable or any means of watching it.
Yeah, people my age, I'm 20, so people at my age I think are just busy with other priorities. I just like seeing more diversity and stuff, so maybe that's why other people don't watch it, because it's usually Caucasian and males and not females, so then, yeah, just stuff like that.
Despite ratings being up 12% since last year, this was actually the second lowest watched Oscars since 1974. Many people here said they just didn't have time to watch them, or they were too busy studying for midterms. And speaking of midterms, I actually have one I have to go take. So that's it for me from Titan Walk. I'm Alex Esparza with OC News. Back to you guys at the desk.
There was a lot going on at the Oscars that CSUF students missed. Here's Jason Morrison to fill you in on what went down at the 91st Academy Awards.
My favorite part of the Academy Awards definitely has to be the red carpet looks. But I have to be honest, I was not a fan of Linda Cardellini's pink ruffle dress. If I wanted that many ruffles, I would have just bought a bag of chips. But Billy Porter's tuxedo gown at the Oscars, ladies and gentlemen, please take notes, because that is how you make a statement. Just wow. Now let's take a look at some other highlights from the Oscars. Lady Gaga came in delivered when she arrived at the red carpet wearing a black gown by Alexander McQueen, paired with yellow diamond Tiffany necklace that was to die for. The Bohemian Rhapsody actor Rami Malek was wearing a custom Saint Laurent look by designer Anthony Vaccarello. The Oscar winner walked the whole carpet with the bow tie malfunction, but no worries, Mother Monster came to save the day and fixed it. Wow, so wholesome. The Mexican actresses were the definition of the word glamour. Yalitza Aparicio walked the carpet in a teal rhinestone dress by Rodarte, and Marina de Tavira wore an elegant red gown from the J. Mendel Fall 2019 collection. No host, no problem. This was the first time in 30 years the Oscars didn't have a host. Usually the show would open with a monologue from the host, but this year the audience and viewers at home were blessed with a performance instead from Queen with special guest Adam Lambert. It was an explosive start to a really big night. The songs that these men graced us with were We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, 2 very popular songs of the legendary band. To recap on the major winners, Rami Malek won his first ever Oscar for his portrayal of Freddie Mercury in the film Bohemian Rhapsody. He was also the first actor of Arab descent to win this category. The win also meant the film Bohemian Rhapsody took home 4 Academy Awards. The Oscars are notorious for its upsets, and this year was no different. In the category for Best Actress, Olivia Colman won in a slight upset over Glenn Close. She is now 0 for 7 at the Oscars. Regina King won for Best Supporting Actress for If Beale Street Could Talk, and Mahershala Ali took home his second Oscar in 3 years. He received the award for Green Book. Green Book won Best Picture this year in an upset to The Favored Roma. 2019's Academy Awards was record-breaking for people of color. There were 7 Black Oscar winners, including the first in costume and production design. Alfonso Cuarón won 2 Oscars last night, one for Best Director and the other for Best Cinematographer. Congratulations to all the winners. Kayla and Marcos, back to you at the desk.
Turning now to Washington, this just in, President Trump is accused of kissing a member of his campaign aide without her consent. Alva Johnson was interviewed by the Washington Post where she recounts details of the incident, describing it as haunting and violating. It allegedly took place in 2016 during one of Trump's rallies. Johnson filed a lawsuit this morning against the president.
The tensions in Venezuela continue as President Nicolás Maduro and opposition leader Juan Guaido fight for power in the country. Guaido has been trying to get aid to the people of Venezuela, but Maduro has been blocking Guaido's supplies from entering through the Colombian-Venezuelan border, causing an uproar with the people. Protesters began to arrive at the border where they were met with Venezuelan National Guards who began to throw tear gas and rubber bullets at people. 5 people were killed and over 285 were wounded. Maduro says he will be cutting all ties with Colombia, and their diplomats have 24 hours to leave the country, as well as threatening the U.S. armed forces.
As the U.S. and China have been dealing with the trade war, many Americans have been affected by the Chinese tariffs being placed. For months, China and the U.S. have been failing to agree on diplomatic trade between each other, which Trump promised many U.S. businesses that he would raise the tariffs on China to 25%. The news caused tension between China and the U.S. However, this weekend Trump tweeted that he will postpone the tariffs and meet with the Chinese president to negotiate issues that both can agree on. The meeting is set to March 1st at Mar-a-Lago, where Trump believes that President Xi will come to an agreement as he mentions that there is progress being made between each other. This can be a major factor for Trump's re-election campaign next year.
There is an ongoing investigation in the disappearance of 8-year-old Jason Masson. The Culver City Police Department has issued arrest warrants for murder for both Adam Manson and Kiana Williams. Authorities believe Adam and Kiana discarded Jackson's body in a dumpster somewhere near the Crenshaw Mall in Los Angeles. That mall's waste discards in a landfill in Corona. Currently, Culver City Police Department personnel and several volunteers are searching the El Sobrante landfill, where they believe Jackson's body may have ended up.
Straight ahead on OC News, construction everywhere you look at CSUF. It's a nightmare now, but stay tuned to see how beautiful it will look when it's all finished.
And this month will go down as one of the coldest Februaries on record for the OC. We had some crazy weather over the weekend and snow in the most unusual places. This coming up.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Cal State Fullerton impressed many with the opening of the brand new Titan student unit in fall of 2016. The school is looking to make the same impression with the revamped Titan Quad Promenade. Thelma Guerrero has the latest.
Hey guys, I'm currently in front of the Titans Quad, where if you've been anywhere on campus, you've seen all the construction that's going on, and it all began due to fire lane improvement. If you look to my right, the fence goes all the way from McCarthy Hall to the library. And let's go ahead and take a look at the before and the after shot. According to the architectural plan, this is an overview of how the Titan Quad and Promenade will eventually look. Here is what the east side of the library looks during construction, and here's what it is expected to look like. The walkway between Langsdorff and McCarthy Hall is currently blocked off in hopes of creating a welcoming arch for all Titans. This beautiful improvement of our campus will be finished next year in early 2020. Thank you guys. That's all I have for you today. Back to you, Marcos.
Thank you, Thelma. Last week's winter storm left states across the U.S. with rain, hail, and even snow. Here in Southern California, last week brought low temperatures and snow in areas we don't often receive it, like Camarillo and Fontana. But temperatures are expected to rise this week. Let's take a look at this photo taken from space that shows how much snow covered Arizona. Flagstaff, a city in the northern part of Arizona, saw 40.3 inches of snow from the storm. Last winter, the city only saw 42 inches of snow all year. The I-17 North was closed because of the unsafe traveling conditions. Workers and plows worked 24/7 to get roads clear. On the East Coast, Buffalo, New York experienced high winds that caused ice chunks to create a barrier between the Niagara River and a scenic road. Mountains of ice 25 to 30 feet high were pushed onto Lake Erie's shore, and hundreds of schools, businesses, and homes lost power.
We're all used to California being at least 70 degrees year-round, but this winter has brought us extremely cold weather that we weren't prepared for. Our reporter, Thelma Guerrero, drove up to Corona this last week to see how this weather has affected businesses and everything around.
Corona, California has experienced some tough natural disasters in the past few months. This year, it has had an abnormal amount of rainfall, causing emergency evacuations. Many businesses like Glen Ivy Hot Springs have been closely affected due to the holy fire and rainfall.
Glen Ivy is located at the bottom of a very steep mountain range, which we have right behind us, and that range was involved in the holy fire last August, which burned all of the vegetation that usually holds the soil together. Without that vegetation, the rain that has been coming through has the potential to cause landslides. So we've been forced to evacuate when the precipitation is enough that it could cause an event behind us.
So I'm currently in the back of Glen Ivy property, and if you see this river is coming down from the mountains where the holy fire actually happened, and it's going down all the way to Temescal Canyon, where the streets are being closed and there's no way to come up or come down.
Well, it's never a good idea to have to close the doors, especially when we're in our base season where we don't see as many guests. Every guest is very important to us when it comes to revenue and providing a good experience. So it's always very disappointing, not only for our guests, but for us when we have to close for any unforeseen reasons.
Glen Ivy Hot Springs, a well-known spa, has had to close its doors 4 times this year due to the possible landslides. More rain has been predicted in the few days to come, and it is unsure the emergency evacuations will take place once again. What we do know is that California is out of a drought.
Did you think extreme couponing was crazy? Just wait until you see what this couple in Iowa did in a supermarket.
College students and free money, a match made in heaven. We'll have details on scholarships worth applying after this.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Get ready for the 2nd annual ASI Carnival. Come out this Friday, March 1st in the Dumbo Downs parking lot next to the Student Rec Center. The event will be held from 4 to 8 p.m. You won't want to miss out on all the carnival rides, delicious food, fun games, and awesome giveaways, all thanks to the Titan Task Force.
Make sure to get your 2019 COM scholarships applications in right now. The deadline is coming quickly as the due date is this Friday, March 1st. Scholarships range from $500 to $2,500. All 4 COM departments are eligible to apply. To find your scholarship, go to communications.fullerton.edu/scholarships. Applying can only help you, and why not try to get some free money? Apply today.
An Iowa couple said, "I do," in aisle 2 of a supermarket. Isaiah Long and Caleb Peterson got married at the Hy-Vee supermarket in Muscatine, Iowa Saturday. The ceremony included flowers, a wedding party, and 2 ring bearers. It was during business hours, so some shoppers stopped to check it out. The wedding was actually part of a store contest, and the couple is genuinely grateful they won.
We entered the contest because, just money is tight. She's working 2 jobs, and I'm working, 2 jobs, part-time Navy and at West Liberty Foods, so we just really needed this.
The newlyweds then celebrated with a reception, also held in the grocery store. The contest also included a stay at a local hotel and the groom's wedding band.
That sounds pretty super, but I'm not sure. Would you ever get married in a grocery store?
I don't know. I'm not allergic to dairy, but that sounds kind of cheesy. But I'll love the idea of grabbing a snack with you after, saying I do.
I guess so. You're too much, Kayla. Well, that does it for us today. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Marcos Mora.
And I'm Kayla Stewart. For all of us here at OC News, we hope you have a great day. Tune in next time.